All right, for those of you who don't know, I have been playing Death Stranding original back 5 years ago, and it was during the COVID, actually during the lockdown. So it gave me a pretty good excuse to play this game. It really came in the best possible time during the COVID-19 lockdown. And I just want to be honest with you. Look, I love Hideo Kojima. Okay, I'm a huge fan of Metal Gear Solid. I love Hideo Kojima. However, I felt that Death Stranding just was, um, in terms of a story, it was very confusing to understand what's going on. And that was one of the key issues and problems. It was too confusing to understand what Kojima was trying to tell us. So that was number one. Number two, honestly, was my biggest problem was the delivery. I felt like I was working for UPS or FedEx. I was delivering constantly, walking around delivering, and I had to change my shoes. My feet was burning. And then once in a while, you would have a vehicle, electrical vehicle, but it has to be charged. And when it starts raining, it gets affected. And then you have to carry this BB with you to deliver these packages. I just felt, um, look, what I'm trying to say is this. I spent 60 hours, and I could have probably spent 120 to 200 hours if I did every single delivery. I mean, every single delivery. But I didn't. But I did put 60 hours into a game. So I'm like very familiar with Death Stranding. I'm no stranger to Death Stranding, okay? However, did I enjoy it? I did not enjoy Death Stranding uh, 1, DS1. I did not enjoy DS1, okay, which is Death Stranding 1, and that was 5 years ago. Okay, yes, the Decima Engine, the graphics, all photorealistics, looks amazing. Looks beautiful and amazing. No issues with that. But it's not all about the graphics. It's about that core gameplay, right? And if that core gameplay it's not interesting, and if it's not fun, then I don't find it fun. So now that you know that you have a little bit of a backstory about my experience with Death Stranding 1, let's go look at this 32-minute 4K gameplay demo. Now, I'm not going to play it throughout the whole thing, all right? We're not playing the whole thing. I'm just going to go through some bits and pieces here and there just to let you know what I think, what I'm seeing. Okay, so before we press play, before we continue, I can see already in the distance that there is some sort of a city down in the distance, all right, next to these desert mountains, all right. So you can see the city in the distance next to the desert mountains, and that looks interesting. So let's watch this, and I will commentate. I will let you know what I'm seeing. Okay. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and let's watch this. If you guys want to watch this, I can leave a link down below. You can watch it at your own time, at your own leisure, and watch it for yourself. It looks like a 30 FPS, man. Hold on. Can I be honest? It looks like a 30 FPS to me. Let me see. I think this is going to be 30 FPS. It looks like the way he's moving the camera, it looks like a 30 FPS. I don't know. I could be wrong. Yeah, this looks like a 30 FPS, guys. All right, so yeah, but Kojima, with all due respect, who cares about that? Are you making a musical video game, or are you making a video game that's exploration, open world? Like, I don't care. I mean, yeah, it's cool that the music changes as you're going down the hill or going up the hill or taking a different route. That's all fine and dandy, but is that really going to make me go wow? Is that going to make me go wow? Am I going to go like, ooh, wow? Ooh, ooh, wow. No. I don't think people care about that. And besides, if you're going to live stream this game, you can't use the music anyway. You have to turn it off due to the copyright restrictions. Yeah, but why is the music so important here? Like, yeah, but here's the problem. If I'm going to be live streaming this, I'll have to turn the music off. You won't be able to hear it. I can only do this offline for myself and just, you know. I mean, yeah, sure. If I'm not live streaming this, if I'm, look, the music is not an issue here. The music is not a problem. Even the music in the first one was amazing. But what are we talking about here, dude? What's new here? It seems like more of the same. You're talking to me about the music, like, anyway. So, what's the big deal here? It's just the mountains. There's no NPCs here. There's no running cars. It's, you got these crap with these spiders or whatever. So more walking, basically. You're telling me there's more walking. Why? But like, can I be honest? Yeah, but this is okay. But yeah, it's an open world, but it's an empty open world. You guys understand what I'm saying? Yeah, he talks about this open world. Yeah, it's an open world, but it's an empty open world. Like, you can't compare this to like Grand Theft Auto where there's so many things going on, so many. It's a lively city. There's so many moving parts, right? What kind of moving parts do we have here? We just see a bunch of desert mountains. They all look the same. Copy and paste, and extend them, extend them, extend them, extend them. And then we see some spiders walking around. Few of them. Not impressed, dude. Because open world, but it's empty. What moving parts do we have here? Okay, so the camera changes and the music is playing and you hear a different music rhythm. I'm sorry, man. I'm not sold on this, man. This is like more of this. It's almost like a damage control. Here's the thing, man. Nobody asked for a sequel. Let's just be honest. Death Stranding 1, DS1 original wasn't all that successful. It did okay because of lockdowns and COVID-19, so that kind of helped. People were depressed, and this type of game with the music and everything kind of helped them with their emotions and the depression, right? So it was good for that time, right, during the lockdown. But still, people didn't feel that the game was successful. They didn't feel like, ooh, this is a masterpiece. They didn't feel like, ooh, this is an amazing game of the year, all right? They didn't feel that way they had mixed reviews. They had mixed feelings about this game. I mean, I can pull up some videos 5 years ago, and you will see all the criticism and Kojima, telling that that the Americans, the Westerns, gamers and the American gamers. He said Western gamers, meaning American gamers in general. They don't understand this game, blah blah blah. They don't understand. It's true, we don't understand it because you failed to make the story simplistic. So yeah, you could say that the Western gamers, meaning American gamers and European gamers as well. But I think he was really talking about the American gamers. I don't think he was talking too much about European gamers and Asian gamers. He was talking about the American Western gamers across the Atlantic. Okay, that we didn't understand it. But yeah, it's true. We didn't understand it, and we didn't understand it because you failed to make it simplistic, Kojima. You should have made it simplistic so we can understand it. What's on the beach? Who are these BBs? And what's going on? Is there some kind of like an inner dimension going on here? Who are these entities? Are they interdimensional beings? Like nothing was explained. Nothing was like explained to me like X, Y, and Z in a layman terms. So yeah, we did not understand it. So nobody asked for a sequel of Death Stranding. People wanted to see either Metal Gear or him working on a Silent Hill or some sort of horror survival type game. That's what people wanted to see Kojima work on. They didn't really care much for Death Stranding 2. And quite frankly, no one really asked for Death Stranding 2. But anyway, so I see more walking and walking and walking, and then okay, let's see it. Oh, that's just great. That's just great. Oh, that's just great. It's not bad enough that I have no vehicle, that I have no aerial vehicle where I can fly. If it's not bad enough that I have to walk around, with this BB and all the packages that I have to stack up. You have to stack up a bunch of packages. And now on top of all of that, you have to walk around, stack up all these packages. Now you have an earthquake. That's going to make it even more irritating. That's going to make it even more challenging, even more unforgiving. Uh, and what makes you think people are going to enjoy that? Let's say you get almost there, halfway there, and you got all these packages stacked up for you to deliver. And all of a sudden, the earthquake comes in, and you fall down, and all your packages are gone, they're destroyed, and your mission has failed. And now you got to go back again. You got to go do it all over again. See, this is what I was talking about. This will infuriate people. This will make people pissed off, and they're gonna say, "Man, I don't have time for this." So I don't know, man. I look. I'm just being honest. I mean, I already don't like this. How about you make it a little bit easier for us, Kojima? Give us a vehicle. Give us an aerial vehicle. Give us an option to fly. Make it a little bit easier. How about a drone? Give us a drone so we can have these like drone assistants where the drone can collect these packages and help us out a little bit. I mean, come on. Oh, that's great. So the map changed and I can't go there. That's even better. That's even better. Oh yeah, and you have to babysit this BB on top of all everything else. Oh, that's great. Just make it even more difficult for me. Just make it even more difficult, Kojima. Yeah, it's not bad enough. You have to walk around, but you're gonna make it even more difficult. It's not bad enough that they have earthquakes and tsunamis, floodings, avalanches, and now you got these fires all over the place and burning fires all over the place. And on top of that, now you got these enemies you have to deal with. Um, yeah, I mean, delivering packages is going to be just amazing in this game. Why boomerang? Why not give me like a assault rifle? How about you give me an assault rifle, man? Why boomerang? Why even sneak around? Why not just give me an assault rifle so I can fight these guys? Uh, oh yeah, so now now you're a firefighter as well. It's not bad enough that you have to deliver the packages, right? And on top of delivering packages, now you have to be a firefighter. Now you have to put out the fires and be a firefighter. I don't know, guys. I just look. Let me see what else is there. And it's 30 FPS. With a 30 FPS, this is going to be a breeze, right? This will be a breeze. Dealing with all these environments, right? Fire, tsunamis, earthquakes, and on top of all of that, you have to deal with these enemies. Yes, you do have an assault rifle. I see that, but it looks like a 30 FPS. I don't know, man. I'm just not so sold on this. You know. Hold on. Who is this? Solid Snake? And some more cutscenes, of course. I don't know, man. Yes, the graphics are amazing. It's a Decima Engine, of course. But besides, the graphics and Decima Engine, I just don't know, man. I don't know. I'm willing to give this game a try because, I love Kojima. I'm a huge fan of Kojima. But, man, you know, I know what I have experienced with the Death Stranding 1. I just hope that it's not too much of delivering. Okay, look, I felt in the first game it was too much of delivering. I just hope that's not the case here. I hope it's balanced. That's what I'm hoping for. That it's not too crazy on uh, delivering. That's my only fear, that we don't end up like we did in the first game, where there's just too much of delivering, delivering, delivering. Oh, this is all a cutscene. It's nice, but it's a cutscene. How nice. She's a brunette now. She was a blonde. Now she's a brunette. All right. So, what do I think? Look, um, I'm willing to give this a try. You know, I would rather play Formula One 25. Okay. But if my friend El Barto wants me to play it and wants me to stream it, I'll do it. I'll stream it. I'll make videos about it. I'll live stream it. But man, I do have some concerns about it as well. My only concern is I hope that it's not too much walking. I hope if I have to deliver stuff that it's interesting. I hope that there's interesting stuff happening. I hope that it's not boring. Because if it's boring and it's a constant delivery here and there, then that will be a problem. I just hope that it's balanced. I don't mind delivering, but I felt in the first game it was just relentless delivering after delivering, and I felt like I was an employee of a FedEx or UPS. So I hope that in this sequel that they make it more balanced. That's what I'm hoping for, you know. So anyway, we'll see. Pretty soon, I think the game comes out next week, right? June 26th, Thursday next week. So we'll find out, you know. Okay, so there you have it. I have to give out these concerns, you know. Look, I'm not like trying to to shit on this game, for the lack of a better word. I'm not trying to shit on it, nor am I trying to shit on Kojima. I don't want to be, that kind of a guy to be disrespectful. He's a genius. The guy certainly deserves to make his own game. But I have to point out certain things that kind of bothers me. I have to point out certain things that I see, whether it's a Mind's Eye, whether it's a whatever game, dude. I can always pinpoint certain things in each game that I see that kind of bothers me. So that's what I'm essentially doing here. I do have a concern. I'm concerned, of course. Uh, and it all looks interesting, but look, it's a visually beautiful game. The one thing that you will take away from Death Stranding 2, just like with the Death Stranding 1, visually it's a beautiful game, and it will look beautiful on your OLED in 4K, on a big giant 75-inch OLED or 80-inch OLED screen with 4K and HDR. Will look beautiful, especially on your PS5 Pro Enhanced. But I think 30 FPS is what you're looking at here, guys. It's 30 FPS, 100%. And that's fine. For this game, 30 FPS it's fine. Because this game, it's all about exploring, looking at the visuals, looking at the detail, right? I think visually, this will be a very beautiful game. And there's going to be a moment where you're going to say, wow. But I just hope that it's not too much of a delivery system. You know what I mean? Because you can't explore if you don't have the proper equipment too much. You're kind of limited to where you can explore. Like if your shoes are burning out and you can't replace them, and there's no base nearby. If there's a base nearby, then you can replace them. Maybe they should include a drone that can fly out and bring you the supplies. Maybe there's that option in the game. Maybe they do have a drones where they can drop the supplies. I don't know. Like I said, I'm willing to give this game a try, and I will give it a try, but I am a little bit skeptical about it, And this is my own personal opinion. You guys can disagree on it. That's fine, which I'm sure you will. But this is my, opinion, and I have some concerns about it. Like I said, I don't mind delivering. I'm all for delivering, as long as it's balanced. And as long as you make it a little bit easier for me to deliver. Give me all the necessary tools that will make it easier for me to deliver. And I hope that it's not boring. I hope that it's interesting. As you're delivering, you encounter different things, different stuff, maybe some Easter eggs, right? Things like that. So, but one thing for sure, I can tell you, whether you will enjoy this game or you will not enjoy this game, that's yet to be determined. But one thing for sure, it will be visually the best looking game on the PlayStation 5 at the moment. It will be, next to Ghost of Tsushima sequel, which comes out in October. I think it's October 2nd. But I think for now, this will be the best visually looking PlayStation 5 games. And I think you will... I would certainly buy a PS5 just for this, just to showcase what the PS5 can do with the Decima Engine. So there you have it, guys. I know it's a half an hour video, but I just wanted to give you some positives and some negatives that I see, some concerns that I see. But this doesn't mean that, don't buy the game, or this game is bad, or you shouldn't play it. I'm not saying that. I'm simply saying you should always be a little bit skeptical. You should always look at things and see if it's for you or it's not for you. So I'm judging this based on what I'm seeing. Of course, when you have the full game in your hands and you start playing it, that's the whole different story. Of course, then you start playing the game. And look, we'll find out soon enough. We'll find out next week on June 26th. Okay. So please keep in mind, this is just my opinion. I'm giving you my thoughts and opinions on it, and that's what you should take away from this. My opinions could change, and most likely will change once I start spending more time playing the game next week. Once I dive more into this game, once I start experiencing more, discovering uh, more features and things like that, then I'll make more videos about it. I will share it with you. I will stream it. So all of this will be explained and included starting next week. Okay? Well, there you have it, guys. Thank you for support. Thank you for subscribing. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you for watching.